Jai Shri Ram, quotable quotes of very famous people. This is one very good way to learn English vocabulary because they are in the form of sentences. Now let's look at the first one. There are no political dash except in the imagination of political quacks. Francis Parkman. A quack is a fake medical doctor. That means unqualified doctor who's a charlatan. CHARLATAN. Charlatan is a general term for anybody who is a pretender of knowledge. So quack medicine, the word is nostrum. NOSTRUM. Snake oil. That means something that is not going to work. It's a quack medicine. So what do you think will be the best word that will fit here? There are no political dash, and quacks are people who will give you some snake oil or nostrum which is purported to be good, but it doesn't have any medicinal value, no therapeutic value, no curative ingredient, right? So the best word is panacea. Panacea means a cure-all. Cure-all. Now the word milieu means environment. Diatribe means an angry speech, long and angry. Harangue, HARANGUE. Philippic, PHILLIPIC. To launch into a harangue, a diatribe, a tirade, TIRAD. Philippic. Screed, SCREED. So diatribe, tirade, Philippic, screed, all these words, harangue, giving a long and angry critical speech to someone. Diatribe, మీ ట్రైబ్ చచ్చిపోగాక తెలుగులో కావాలంటే mnemonic. So try to make mnemonics when you come across words. Next one. So the effect of my dash is that always busy with the preliminaries and antecedents, I am never able to begin the produce. So what do you think will be the best word that will fit? Henry Emil said this famous quote. So the best word should be prognostication. Prognosticate means to predict. Okay, I leave the meaning to you. You can mull over it later. Genre, category. Expedient, it's a very important word. Two meanings. Anything that becomes useful as a tool in an emergency is called an expedient. Expedient also means advantageous. Politics is a game of expediency. It is expedient to join hands with even criminals because they can get you votes. This is how unfortunately many politicians think. So expedient, if you lose your key, by key you might try to take a pin or a nail or try to open it. That's an expedient. So the word expedient has two meanings, like I'm repeating right now, like I already told you. Anything that becomes useful as a tool in an emergency can be called an expedient. In fact, some engineering textbooks have this term, expedients for civil engineering, which simply means tools. So iniquity, great crime, great injustice, like slavery. Unfortunately, many holy books, the Bible and the Quran, for example, have not condemned slavery. So slavery is the worst kind of iniquity in mankind. Slavery is such a horrible institution. If anybody justifies slavery, then I think every crime is automatically justified. Nothing can be worse than the iniquity of slavery. Enormity is a synonym for that. ENORMITY, enormity. Enormity means huge, but that's not the common way in which the word is used. Enormity means a great crime or a grave injustice. Iniquity means just that. A bias is a tendency, an inclination. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Once philosophers have written their principal works, they not infrequently, double negatives. That means they frequently. They not infrequently simply become their own. The best word should be disciples. You see the reasoning, try to understand, follow the reasoning. Accomplice is a partner in crime. Cynic is one who is deeply suspicious, never respects anybody, always suspicious, and doesn't trust anybody or respect anybody. Arbiter, judge. An arbiter means a judge. Arbitrator means a middleman, one who tries to settle a dispute. Badger, to harass somebody. To badger someone means to harass. Badger otherwise is an animal which is famous for its persistent attacks. It is an animal that will harass anyone, even its predator. It has got a terrific tenacity. It will never give up the fight. Number 4. I hate the aesthetic game. Aesthetic means artistic. Aesthetics with an S, study of what is beautiful, study of beauty. I hate the aesthetic game of the eye and the mind, played by those who appreciate beauty. So what do you think might be the best word? So the best word should be connoisseurs, or connoisseurs is also an accepted pronunciation. A connoisseur, it means a discerning judge, an expert judge, keen-minded, discerning judge, a maven, M-A-V-E-N. The opposite of the word connoisseur is dabbler, D-A-B-B-L-E-R, dilettante, D-I-L-E-T-T-A-N-T, dilettante. I am a dilettante in astrology. That means I just know a little. I'm a dabbler in palmistry. That means I just know a little. I'm not a professional palmist. So connoisseur, food connoisseurs are there, wine connoisseurs, whiskey connoisseurs, tea connoisseurs. So connoisseur and connoisseur, both these pronunciations are okay. So connoisseur means who is very knowledgeable and who can detect the nuances. And nuance is a fine difference. So a whiskey connoisseur, for example, a wine connoisseur can tell the difference, even though the difference may be very, very nuanced, very subtle, he will be able to detect it. So some people unfortunately think that the word connoisseur simply means artist. It means much more than that. There can be connoisseurs. Gourmet, G-O-U-R-M-E-T, gourmet is a food connoisseur. That means he knows what goes with what wine goes with what. He is a great expert in food. Charlatan is a pretender of knowledge. Rustic means a person from the village background. The word is used with a negative connotation. That means uncivilized sort of, people coming from the boondocks. B-O-O-N-D-O-C-K-S. Boondocks is a funny word referring to people who are from the hinterland. Hinterland. That means some jungle, some deep inside uncivilized fellow. So that is a word you can use to describe some fellows who behave in a very, very boorish, oafish, loutish way, like a yokel. Y-O-K-E-L. Another funny word I like is a hillbilly. H-I-L-L-B-I-L-L-Y. A hillbilly, it basically means a person who's coming from some hill. Hillbilly. All these hillbillies, unfortunately many political parties are full of hillbillies who don't know how to talk and they talk crap all the time. So these are hillbillies. Stentorian voice, very loud. A paragon. Our Prime Minister Modi is a paragon of virtue. Paragon means a role model, a best example, a good example, a great example, an exemplar. E-X-E-M-P-L-A-R. Paragon. So paragon means a person who serves as a great role model. Jai Shri Ram. I hope this was useful. Please give me some feedback. If it is good, I'll continue with this. I think this is the best way to learn vocabulary. Jai Shri Ram.